Hello, I hope you're well. Welcome to another video where I channel messages from the divine, from the angelic realms, from spirit guides, and from other entities, alien beings, and more. Faith, whoever, okay? So I'm going to start off. I've got lots to tell you, lots of cryptic messages coming through, imagery as usual. I haven't got any written down messages to give you. That's not the way they're rolling this time. So we're going to start with the cards and I've got my little easels here. So we'll get 3 or 4 principal themes to this reading. So we'll start off with the crows. I just want to say a massive thank you to all of you new subscribers. Welcome to the community, to the channel, and to all of you returning and those who've been with me from the start and who have kept persevering. All my wonderful members, you can join this channel to see all these adverts, to see all of these videos advert free, and more exclusive videos. So thank you very much. I genuinely appreciate you. You've got no idea. I never thought I'd get to this point. So thank you. No, I want that one there. Got a light on that one. So now I can hear the crows a lot. So there's something about influence. This can be relevant to your personal life as well. It's not a good influence either. It's perspective, something influencing your perspective on what's going on around you, possibly in the world. Something being a sacred space. This could be talking about religion again. Something playing and not nicely, I'm hearing. And the last one, a commitment. This could be referring to you being a light worker or some sort of commitment that you've made as a in your life purpose to help the world. Because we're talking about the world here, and we've got one more apparently. Yeah, observation. Now we've talked about these magicians who are, trying to run the world through secret societies. I did see a large reptilian thing. I'm going to say thing because I love iguanas, but it was like a giant iguana in the vision that was being lifted up and out. And it was really weird. They showed me, do you remember the old TV program Airwolf with the helicopter? So there could be something about helicopters. We'll get cards on all of this. They showed me that as well. There's something about the wolf at the door. I keep saying a large moon. I mean oversized, as in if you were on the equator. Bright light and a wolf howling at the moon. So there's something very odd going on here. There's a big observation going on. And there's attempts to change people's minds about something. Observation. I will be telling you the dream I got in the middle of the night. It's to displace something, hide something. So there you go. Oh no, they want more of these ones. And putting people into survival mode so they don't see what they need to see about the truth of the world. Okay. And we've got it's a fight for territory. This could be, I'm seeing the US election on this one as well. So there could be some undue influence somewhere going on. Just asking, but is this correct? Russian involvement again. Messing with a lot of things, not just the US election. And the communication coming through. Where do you want me to put that one? By sacred space. This is a sacred space, apparently, where I give you, something in nature, something to do with nature. I did also see a chimney, as in industrial, and it had I don't know if it was US or us, to be honest with you. I'd like clarity on that. I just have both. So we're all contributing, but there's some sort of, don't shoot the messenger. There's something in the US that is going to be on the news, apparently, that pumps out something through a chimney that is affecting the climate. And there's some, it's journalistic. It could be, I'm getting something like BBC News on a website, whatever, that's highlighting this. It's going out into the atmosphere. It's something with crystals, as in forming crystals, powdery crystals that come down in the rain. Mercury? I don't know. Mercury. Right, okay. So it's affecting nature. There's going to be some sort of something talked about with that. That's very odd. What else can we get? And somebody's tricking. I'm seeing a lot of toxic waste in barrels being dumped into water somewhere as well. There's a cleanup operation needed. Something being exposed in the coming week. All to do with nature, something being observed. Results in a by-election being observed, causing a stir. A recount is needed in the coming weeks. Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. So there you go. There's some predictions. What, you want this one now? Yeah, there's some negative energy that needs to be swept out. There's some interference, trickery, a lot of trickery. Okay, right. Wait one moment then. Okay, more of these. Right, so they're taking me to, right, okay, I can see fighter jets coming through. They're taking me to what's going on in Poland. Now, I did say something about Poland ages ago with their borders. And they said that I read on the news the other day that they scrambled their jets. If you're Polish and you're watching this, let me know if I've got it wrong, but I'm pretty sure they had scrambled their jets quite a few times because of Russia bombarding. Is it Kiev region? Or I don't know, one of the regions in the Ukraine. It was too close for comfort. So, and I did get something about that a while back. I've been hearing a lot of sirens, a lot of the crows wanting to communicate. As when I was doing my meditation and getting the visions, there was 11:11 came on the clock, and it was really interesting. This all started for me in the middle of the night because often I wake up, I'm getting images before I go to bed, sometimes through my dreams, and then I wake up in the middle of the night. I woke up in the middle of the night, and all I could see was a very dark place, a whole load of people. There were children, there were people of all different ages, and they were holding a giant American flag out, and they were protesting and shouting. I don't know where they... Sorry, somebody's just over there. They've just... What are you doing? You were looking and now you've... Oh, that was creepy in the turn and look at you. If you're new here, physically see spirits. So yes, they will pop up. And it can be distracting at times, but it's to let you know they're there. It's all part of the message. So if you don't like distractions, well, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, that's where we roll here. So I got somebody sitting there, they just turned around and looked at me. I've been seeing some very odd looking faces. I am going to do a video for Spooked Out where I talk about what I'm seeing in detail. That's very odd. But let's have a look at these. Altar. A sacred devotion and worship, skin deep, rising from the ash, the waters you keep. I'm not confused about that one. I heard summoning the devil. Oh, that's nice. We keep talking about this Hitler energy, and it's coming back in the far right, in the nation states, and now I'm talking about the far right here, because you know some people get you have to keep comments off again, aren't I? I'm just a messenger, okay? we're talking about the far right, people who will use violence, people who have extreme views. And that can happen in religion, it can happen in anything. And it can go both ends of the spectrum. Okay, but there is something that it keeps trying to research and be born again. And I mean, before I wasn't sure I was getting that. I'm getting a lot about Christmas. Something's happening at Christmas. A lot of souls being born around Christmas time. A lot of souls. Or souls that want, oh, this is odd, wanting to come in, but some couples or people who have, you know, because we could be talking about a child that comes into the world, but could be from, you know, somebody who's a surrogate or needs to give their child, you know, to someone else because of whatever reason, you know, that's life. It's awful at times. And that's almost like couples are being kept apart deliberately because these souls are special and somebody's trying to stop them coming in. Oh, that's mild. Right, what we'll go here. Yeah. But that's going to be changed. I keep saying this. There's a big change going on in the world because these souls are bringing in. Death in the tarot means change. It doesn't mean death, yeah? It actually means big change, massive change. And it's a fight for territory. We keep getting about these magicians, okay, who are, I'm sorry for the squeaky chair. I don't know why it's so squeaky today. But it's a fight for territory. And this is a deeper, I'm seeing a lot of spiritual warfare in my, when I was having this vision, a lot about the American flag. A little boy was carrying a flag at one point in the middle of the night. A lot about the divine feminine rising again as well, but I'll tell you about that in a moment. But I was sitting there and they put me in the uniform of, it was the American Revolution. I've studied the American Revolution. But it was the blue coats. I was in blue coat uniform and everybody was charging. I could see there's a big revolution coming, and that's what they're trying to stop. They want to keep everybody in survival mode and hidden. And the light workers are like this as well. Hunted light workers. I've talked about that before as well. So there's a lot going on. Okay. Sorry, it's a door. It's a door closing. That's relevant too. The door closing on something. I see lots of doors. They show me lots of doors. Number 4, the apples are about to be thrown out the apple cart. I'm just kidding. Number 4 is about stability. That stability is about to be shattered. That status quo of keeping certain people down, factions down. It's almost like the light workers, and I know I've had this myself. And, you know, everybody's chosen on this planet and they're doing their work. But people who are trying to, in this way, change things as light workers, starseeds, whatever, getting hunted, getting, it's almost like a lot of spiritual attacks and a lot affecting the mind, body and soul. I'm being told to block any communication you make to deter you from it, because they want to keep their influence. This group wants to keep their influence and their power. Now, we're talking from other interdimensions. We're talking from multiverse, possibly, but interdimensions. And it's a bad influence. It infiltrates through the underworld and through secret societies. But they're not the people in charge. They think they are, but they're not. Making me think of the man from Uncle and Thrush. I don't know if you remember the baddies. And Spectre in James Bond. That's a kind of society, but they're just the minions. There's a higher, when I say higher force, I mean a darker higher force. Do you know what I'm talking about? But they're being affected on mind, body, everything, yeah? And it's about still, sorry, tell you, my throat's gone dry. Stopping communication. They're trying to do that, fight for territory. It is spiritual warfare that's going on. And they're trying to keep the message from going out there, displacing the energy. You know, as I say, I can tell you these things, but if you're having any problems, you know, health, whatever, you make sure you're going to a doctor, okay? Because you don't know if this is what it is for you personally. But it can be, there's a lot of weirdness going on, especially feeling down, depressed, oppressed, in survival mode, distracted. My guides are still doing this. And they've shown me that somebody walks around me. I don't know if I've said this before. I'm doing that many videos for that many different channels at the moment. So I must have said it somewhere. But it's almost like they're... I keep being shown them as they operate through fear. And for me, a spider is fear, okay? And it's clever, it's intelligent, but it's fear. And they will come in on you, at you from your wounds. They are using spell work, stuff like that, covens, whatever. We've talked about this before. But you're strong enough as a light worker to resist it, you know, as in get on with it and not, you know, let these people get you down and do your work on yourself. The more you do that, cleaner. Ask your angels to protect you with white light. I say this, but you don't have to ask them. They know what they're doing. But if it makes you feel better to do that, they protect you, yeah, with a bit more white light, whatever, to show you how you can help yourself as well. But there's a lot of weaving, like cocoons around people and sticking them on the web. That's what I see. And it's almost like... distracting you so much that you can't see. But you're not seeing what's really going on. Once you see what's really going on, you won't be frightened anymore. And that's about the awakening that I get. You are a sacred space to the angels, okay? These are the little light workers chosen, and they're protected, okay? But you have to do this mission. There's some... Sorry, I've just seen somebody flash. I call them flashes because I see their face like I would see yours for a second, and sometimes I just see them. It's quite unnerving, I tell you. Or I see them transparent and outline, or they start to come in, and it's bizarre, black and white, whatever. They come in all different ways. But yeah, there's a lot of observation by alien craft. I'm seeing so many spaceships in my visions, everything. There is a lot of activity going on, especially this week for some reason. So yeah, we've got, there's definitely some rituals going on, trying to break down the communication of light workers in whatever way you're doing healing capabilities. They don't want us knowing that we can eventually evolve to the point that's not now, that's way in the future, once we get ourselves sorted, to being able to heal ourselves. And or you know that, and when I don't mean with herbs or anything like that, I mean self-healing, where you would use the power of your mind to do that. It's all about using your intuition as to what light around you are, the good and the dark. Now, in some cases, you are working with the light and the dark. There's a lot of that going on because this intelligence that's out there, and I've said this before, is something beyond all of that. We operate on light and dark on this planet. That's how we know right from wrong. That's how we learn. But this is something way beyond us. And it comes in and it interferes and it uses influence and it goes through people. And it supernatural means of it has to, okay? Ancestors are coming in to protect. The ancestors are going to be giving you information. You will be seeing them all. I've seen a lot of things about the souls again and the creation of souls in these little bubbles that I keep going on about, like the bubbles I blew the other day. And it's really interesting because they've got me writing a book about the angels for justice. They show me Batman. They always show me Batman. And they always say, chicks dig the car. Every single time. I don't know why, but that's how they come through to me. And it's bizarre. And that's about getting justice. Justice for them. Look, we've got the wolf on the bottom. I'll put that out. There's definitely Skinwalker. I've got lots to tell you, so I'm going to get it out as quickly as possible. So yes, it's a book about the angels. They do not like the Book of Enoch. They do not like all the religious texts out there. They do the angels a disservice. They are alien beings. They are part of a huge galactic federation that protect the planet, but they are the supreme guardians, if you like, and they are alien beings, interdimensional beings. Okay, and they want that known, and they want the world to know about the creation. We've talked about the quantum computer, the role of mathematics and code, and communication. Okay, all sorts of things, the creation of how atoms create everything. I'm still saying this blue grid thing, and it's like where things are created. And it's full of blue electricity, sometimes green. I get a lot of green, and it's like a little, I don't know where it is, but things come up from the center of it, and they're created through atoms. So we've got a lot of that. People don't want us knowing that. Look, they've hidden it there. Because we will be, all the things that we operate now on, you know, like division, non-equality, things like that, because let's face it, we do, that would just fall away because we'd have the knowledge and we'd understand. And they've been trying, you know, in the Angelic Realms Galactic Federation, they've been trying for ages to get us to see that so we can break all of that down. But these people, they don't want the world to change. So, but it's being forced to. And then I did a reading, the Pure Angelic Tarot reading. I've done a few. I've done a Star Being reading on there, and one from the angels, strong messages in there as well. So you might want to check them out. And I did one where it was absolutely amazing. I had Native American turn up, and I just said, hey, I don't know what, I couldn't make out what he was singing, but he had a wolf head on and everything. There is something about revealing the hidden. A lot of Plutonic energy going on at the moment, revealing the hidden. A lot of Scorpio energy, intense. A lot of things being revealed that were hidden from us. And it's all to do with this wolf howling at the moon. Okay, there is something being revealed. I keep getting, I did in that reading Skinwalker, so I don't know. Death revealing itself. I don't know what that is. Let's see if we can get any more information on what's coming in the next week, and then I'll tell you a bit more about what I've been saying. Okay, it's definitely ritual, some sort of ritual. Cleansing ritual might be good for you as well. Somebody's playing, but there's a lot with the American flag. I did see an American flag and a British flag together, the UK one, and then it was rest of the world. And when I see all these images because of I've told you about the Palladian balls, how the Palladians show me, and they fly everywhere, and they were going around the United Nations. So there's something key, a communication coming from the United Nations, changing the perspective on something and not being influenced by dog powers anymore. Oh, okay. The gift of sight is being shown. Something's being illuminated. It's going to change the course of the United Nations. And a frenzy within the United Nations. A topic of debate. I just heard NATO will scramble jets soon. Within 4 days. God. Temperance is urged for this. We didn't get anything more about Poland, did we? NATO scrambling jets. The Emperor is merely a puppet. We're talking Putin here. He's just a puppet. He thinks he's in charge, but he's just a puppet. He watches, observes. There's a lot of remote viewing going on by powers around the globe. They use psychics a lot. It's all over by the shouting. There's a lot of, I get this card a lot. I've seen they keep showing me vampires. They keep showing me, there's a lot of draining. There's a lot of draining of resources. It's almost like some power, something big. Now they keep showing me this ball going round, right? And it's like a cannonball. I saw one. I went to Lord Leicester Hospital in Warwick the other day, which is Tudor. It's a lot. I get a lot about Tudor at the moment. I've even dreamt about Tudor people sitting around a table. And I went in this place, and I swear to God, I've never been there in my life. There are some parts of it have been on the TV, but I dreamt about this place, and it wasn't exactly. I can't remember seeing it on the TV, but the place was so similar to what I dreamt of. I think it was a bit smaller, but it was a Guildhall, and it's a lot to do with Tudor. There's something about Tudor that keeps coming into this. Just confirm that's correct. Something Tudor. We'll go into it. There's a connection with that because they keep taking me back in the Palladian Balls as well. You know, those, if you want to know more about that and astral traveling and aliens involvement in my messages, please go to the previous videos. But I ended up, it's gone out my head now. Where did I end up in this? It's gone, it'll come back. There are so many messages coming through me. This is the chaotic nature of channeling. Some people just don't get that. They expect you to just read it out like, blah, 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 blah. But I don't do that. I will let them channel when they have somebody big to come in. But other than that, I get messages. And that's how it rolls for me. If you don't like it, jog on. Okay? Because I know some people have picked that up before. But this vampire thing being drained. Oh, that's right. They took me straight to Stratford, which is not far from Warwick, and straight at the foot of Shakespeare's statue. There's something about Tudor, Shakespeare, something about the Tudor times. But I'm not getting any more at the moment. Prince of Knives, okay. Somebody shouting. Somebody draining resources. And this, I don't know why I had to talk about the cannonball. So it looks like a cannonball that keeps rolling around. Gathering power and speed. Feeding off all that's here. Yeah, they're vampires around us, and they're feeding off the energy of fear from us, which is, they feed off it. They're going to lose their food source. That's the only way. I mean, this can be metaphorically. I'm not saying that there are actual vampires out there, but you can get energy vampires. If you want to know the best way to describe an energy vampire, it was done so brilliantly in What We Do in the Shadows with Colin Robinson. So there are a lot of Colin Robinsons out there. But this Emperor is a puppet. I've seen them whispering in his ear. It's bizarre to watch. But that's what goes on with people. There's a lot of that. And that's why some actions, some are working for the dark, some are working for the light. And there's a lot of... And when you can see them doing that, it's hilarious. It's people think they're doing it, but they're not. And that's what happens with Putin. So I've seen it. I saw it with my own eyes. So, as in, saw them on the TV once, and they showed me, Spirit showed me, look. And I could see all these And not my men in black, okay? Lining on either side of him. No. Giving him, thinks it's all him. It's not. He's just manipulated. And he is, because of that persuasion. Yeah, anybody who invades a country, whether you agree with these politics or whatever, anybody who invades a country and, hurts people, kills them just for territory is just disgusting, in my opinion. Whatever your reasons are, you don't hurt people. That's my motto. So let's have a look. Yeah, something from the past. 6 of Grails. I always get that for Six of Grails, something coming from the past. Now these, what I saw, these souls, again, in the little bubbles, loads of them all over, the Palladium balls going through them, this where souls are created, and they told me these are the souls to be born, something about Christmas. And these balls turned into, in the vision, now they're baubles, we call them, actually, we call them Christmas baubles, but they were actually called witch balls originally, yeah, back in the day. And they, it suddenly turned into one of them, a clear one. I could see all these images and what have you, and it was put on a Christmas tree. So it's like ancestry, isn't it? Something to do with ancestor. There's a, I don't know if it's something way back in the past. Could be your ancestors being reborn. But if I'm talking to you, you have... Why did that sound like an echo? That was really weird. It sounded like an echo to me. There's no echo in here. An echo from the past. Ancestors. They did show me the cross again. I don't know. I mean, if you don't celebrate Christmas, we're talking 24th, 25th of December. Something about ancestors returning. They showed me saints as well this morning. So it could be people returning to help the evolution, 144,000. Or the new souls. And it's almost like these people who are supposed to bring them in through getting it on, getting it together, are being kept apart. Very odd. And it's all about, I don't know what it is. I keep saying the plane again. It's increased in size. It is a spacecraft. There are so many different craft coming around. That's what I'm shown all the time. There's a lot coming together. This is a very important stage for the world in its evolution. And there's a huge fight for territory. And the only way we can get these communications through is for people to change their perspective, to come out of fear, come away from the influence. I mean, look at this. Yeah. That giant, they show me, it's actually, it's something that keeps control of the web. And I'm wondering now, because of what they've shown me about the divine feminine, that the reason they show me it's all a man. It's a man, but he's on all fours, and it's almost like he turns up and he's been above me. And it's all about that, changing it from the divine masculine, just keeping everything in check. And again, that's influence, that's another influence. This emperor figure has to be pulled down, literally. And it's the divine masculine needs to be tempered, and it needs to move over, because they showed me a lot of women, they were tied down like Gulliver's Travels, like Gulliver and Gulliver's Travels, and they just got up. And there was something about the 1920s, because they showed me a lot of women from the 1920s. Now, from the First World War, women were going into the workspace a lot more, because blokes went off. They tried to push women out again when they came back, which they did. But it was the start, yeah? And, that's when you had all the, voting and, well, no, that was beforehand. But there was this big surge and they tried to push them back. But in the 1920s, it got a lot of liberation women who had their hair cut from the war, everything. That was a sign of emancipation. And there's something from the 1920s that showed me women like 1920s film stars coming back. So that's that energy, that exuberance energy, that fun energy, and that push forward. Okay, but a lot of women, they showed me a suitcase and them forcing a woman to go into it and going small and in the suitcase and being shut in. That's not happening. They then showed me these women who get up from Gulliver's Travels type vision that I had, and they were giant women. So there's definite push forward for that, okay, to happen. But it's obviously trying to be stopped. All of these things that are going on in the world with war, whatever, it's trying to keep that energy down and the masculine energy in control, okay? And women are doing that with men. There are women doing that with men, okay? So, it's across the board. Obviously, it's a lot of men, and please don't have a go at me, because I know there's some nice blokes out there, and nobody's calling Keanu Reeves or my son, okay? So I understand that. I've had a lot of men around me who have been bloody awful and misogynist and controlling and stuff like that. So I haven't had a very good experience, okay? So I've had that, and I've had a lot of women who have been controlling too, and have been, well, some of them act like sheep. You need to think for yourselves. So, don't shoot the messenger. I understand. But that both needs to come up and be equal, as we know. And this harsh energy needs to be tempered. But that's how they keep control. It could be reptilian, whatever you want to say. I don't know, but there definitely is an agenda from interdimensional beings. And there are people on this planet that seek to profit from that. I'm sorry, but that's what I get. And I never subscribed to anything like that. I really didn't. But that's what they're telling me. So I have to, beware the wolf in sheep's clothing. But there's definitely something about the US election. I'm getting more cyber attacks coming. Being observed, something being observed, how things are counted in the election. Being observed, like votes. A question of survival. Near to a jet scrambling at 8 o'clock on a Thursday. I've just been told, UK time. Skirmishes over the North Sea as well. A call for NATO to build more arms. Now they're showing me Airwolf. It's something about the wolf. The Siberian wolf strikes first. Something from Siberia. The Siberian wolf. The wolf is howling at the moon. Is that 8 in the evening or 8 in the morning? Okay. Surprise attack. Okay. Listen to this. Maple tree. Okay. Oh, by the way, that reminds me, I got a big thing about Canada as well. Paris. Right. It's almost like UN trip. We've got Canada, US, UK, Australia, French and German all across around the borders, going to help protect the Polish border or around that area. They're going to amass more troops there. Because, I mean, look, October is going to be a defining month. We've got Maple Tree, 24. Something about Canada. Trudeau's going to leave. This will be his last outing out. Something exposed. There's resignation possibility. Strong possibility. Within the new year. January time. I don't know. Don't shoot the messenger. We can get off these timelines. These timelines can change. Okay, you can change timelines in your own life, and so can the collective. Okay, and people can make different decisions, and that's why we talk about them on here. So just by talking about them, we might have the possibility of changing them. So Maple Tree 24, there is a change coming that is so big it will shift all that exists. Interesting. What's that one? Silence. Listen to the whispers in the silence. White noise. Somebody knows all about this. Somebody in government knows all about this. They know where it's coming from and what's going on, and they have for years. I'm seeing Eisenhower again. He's around off and on. Now, somebody said to me about his daughter talking about he made a pact with aliens about abductions and what have you. I do know about that. Yes, thank you. Very odd. But it's never talked about, never given any more information at the right time, obviously. But listen to the white noise. Communication travels through white noise. There's a lot of communication that is secret going through white noise. And substations. Now, we got communication, didn't we? And trickery. Frequencies going out. Oh God, frequencies going out from the TV, from everywhere, to maintain control and keep people in a survival mode. Observation, the light workers are still observed. But the angels are observing the spider as it weaves its web. Very interesting. Okay, let's see what else we can get. Four o'clock on Tuesday for a battle to commence by a misread communication. A trigger. That forecloses on a deal. Don't know what that's about. Look, we've got a lot about this moon. Influences of the moon. That's Mulan. So, China. The dragon speaks its wrath. I'm channeling now. So these are a crow brings a message through the silence. Now I'm saying Kim, I can't see. So much for me learning Korean. Kim Sung, oh, whatever he's called. You know who I'm talking about in North Korea. I'm saying him. A gathering of rivals causes a stir. An unexpected gathering of rivals causes a stir. November the 8th, 2024. A surprise visit to China. I'm seeing Biden, but in secret that will be revealed later. A man who plays two roles to two sides to gain advantage. Xi Jinping. Now chessboard. Very clever, manipulative games, all to return Taiwan to them. All to exert influence. Invasion plans are thwarted. I'm seeing angels right round Taiwan. They'll always be thwarted. They'll never get in. They won't let them in. Oh, the time for that is past. That's what they say. Okay. Baba Yaga. Something lurks in the forest, waiting to pounce. A hidden enemy. An enemy forgotten about. Okay, valiant warriors wait. The devil speaks, the devil rides. And the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse precede the 144,000 who start. Some have already arrived, but some more are going to be trickling in December. And there's been a block on that, but they're going to be trickling in December. So there's something coming with the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. We've talked about famine. The clock is ticking. Time is being changed as we speak. I've talked about that before, going back into periods of history to change timing. We wouldn't even know. Bizarre. Okay. So we've got kissing a few frogs to find the right one. Somebody hunts for something. A lot of temptation and distractions around you, but shine your light nevertheless. Be aware of the distractions. I'm still seeing my guides following something that goes around me. We're a lot of remote viewers. You may be sensing that. A lot of supernatural events. People who you thought you could trust revealing themselves to be not what you thought they were. It's almost like they're turning into the toad here, frog. Yeah? Rather than the other way. Beware. Jealousy, envy. It's a promotion of all of these dark things. Now, I just, as I was saying that, I got, oh, all right, fair enough. This ball, a light on this ball, looking for food. It's definitely through fear. Fear's holding this world back, obviously. Change your perspective. Yeah. I mean, played with, toyed with. They're showing me David Icke with a reptilian thing, so I don't. Oh, I'm not sure I want to get involved in that, but there you go. Let's do a few more and then I'll sign off. Yeah, we've got to have strength and courage. Voice of truth. Speak the truth. The more you speak about it, the more it evolves. Storming the castle gates. Speak the truth. But jets are going to be scrambled. There's going to be a I'm hearing troops march. A revolution is to be caused. There's going to be a revolution of some sort. A big change coming. No, that one on the bottom. Love. All in the name of love. Peace. Tranquil waters. That's what we're fighting for. Yeah, deliberation. The crane. There's bamboo. Meditation. That one on the top. Okay, yeah, flexibility. 13 is a number of transformation. I'm going to get one more. But these are, there's a lot of deliberation around a table in the ethers, in in the realms and the dimensions about the world and where it's going and how to influence its path in a good way, not in the dark way or in this other intelligence way. The dark and light are working together at the moment because of it. Okay. Yeah. This world is protected by the angels, by the Galactic Federation. An abundance of everything you need can come to you. There's abundance here, there's everything. And what they try and do is put you in survival mode, so you feel like you can't access any of this. They're doing that, the light workers in particular. And then they watch you career out of control and they get a feed. Even the concept of death, everything. There is no death. It's a transcendence into back into a state of being, that your original state of being. But people see it as something to be feared. It's all coming through the media. It's all coming through various publications, I'm being told. All sorts of things. Keep on the path of love. Abundance is yours. These tranquil waters. Look at that. We can have this. We are evolving. There are people trying to stop us. Stop the influence. Believe in yourself. Do your shadow work. What you do with yourself goes out into the world, and that is the main message today. But yeah, we've got some things coming up as well. We're still on course for that, a nuclear eruption, which I've talked about in previous videos. There's a rattling of sabers, and it's getting there's an unexpected surprise with it. A lot of scrambling. NATO is being drawn in further and further. And that's what we've got to watch. At the same time, protecting those that need protecting and helping. Okay. But there's a lot of reshuffling. I know Zelensky reshuffled his cabinet, but there's a lot of, I don't know if at some point he's going to be at an inkling that he may, somebody else may come in. And if either takes a step back or he moves away, has to at some point for some reason, and a woman will come in. I don't know. That's what I just felt. Connect to your nature spirits. Watch, go out in nature, and some of you are going to get messages that way. There's something about nature, watching the climate, watching the soil, watching what's going out into the atmosphere, because it is affecting nature. And the fish are still polluted, I've heard, yes. Yeah, we are haunted by our history, our past. Yeah, there's a lot about history coming to me. Now, yeah, I've been doing my research proposal and all that stuff, but there's a lot about history. And the song I kept getting today was History by, we've got to push back the history, not let it repeat itself, not let it come in again. I mean, I'm seeing with the Tudor times, you know, the Armada with Elizabeth I. I don't know. A queen sitting on the throne, having power, the divine feminine. I don't know, maybe we'll get more, but there is something. The battle is about the air at the moment. There's something about territory, stems from this action that Russia's taken with Kiev recently. So watch for that. It's going to change your perspective on things and how we deal with it. And I'm seeing this explosion still, so we've got to get off these timelines. Okay, some of you may be working with crystals and herbs. If you're a witch, please start doing that for protection. Okay? Protection spells for the world, please. It would be great. That's the message I'm getting from them. Any more? Yeah, I have been, if you want to check out, I'm going to try and do a short of it, but my energy healing on my Pure Angelic Tarot thing showed spirit coming in there, full chunta with a lightning, just like this. The whole plate, whole room lit up. So check it out. I will leave a link to it. But I'm going to try and do a short of it as well. But it was literally like that. There is something coming in. I've been getting major towers, lightning flash changes, big changes coming. And it all leads up to the 31st of October and beyond. Something about Christmas. I keep saying Father Christmas, so I don't know what that's all about. Andy Slay. Always got nice presents instead of awful ones. You know, like for the world. Let's hope they're good. So yeah, watch this space. Within the next 3 weeks. Action is taken, strong action about what Russia is doing. Okay, take care of yourselves, and I shall see you next time. Please check out my other channels. Pure Angelics Booked Out, and if you want a personal reading, 55 on the clock, massive change. I've been getting them non-stop. If you want to check out all of that, and check out my Naughty Romance, which, yes, I co-created with Spirit. I'm doing all of the sorts of things I haven't been able to tell you all about on here. So I've got, they talked about where those souls are, where they're kept before they go to be birthed. They call them the soul fields, because I'm having to write this book about the angels and the truth about the angels. And I was writing about this character, an angel, and I was channeling it, and he said, something about he'd been to the soul fields, so that's what they call them. So more on that later. Maybe I'll put that on Patreon and the plain one. I'm trying to write for so many things, and platforms are going to do so many things, so check them out. But please try and read the books as well if you're that way inclined. And yeah, I'm going to be putting on some of my thrillers and what have you on Blacklist as well, because they're doing fiction now, so you may be able to go there. All right, take care of yourselves, and I shall see you next time. Bye.